Hey guys, let's talk about incident reports. So IOS Hospitality Suite gives you the ability to track your incident reports. So it's a simple online form filled out by people at your location, and then from there the form can progress through the departments of your organization so people can sign off on it or identify corrective actions. So whether that's your legal department or your health and safety department. So in order to create a new incident report, I'm logged in as Bob Belcher right now, the GM of Bob's Burgers Penticton location. So when I click on my location container, I get a button up top here that says new incident, and I can also access incidents off here, so new incident report as well. So let's create a new incident report, and then we'll go back and look at some of the historic incidents that we've got in this location as well. So new incident. Up comes the new incident form here, make it full screen. The first thing it's going to want to know is the organization and the location. If you've got multiple containers of each, you may have to select that. In this case, because Bob only has access to the Bob's Burgers Penticton location, it knows that any incidents he fill out is only going to be at his location. The next piece of information is the type of incident. So we've created some sample incident types here, but you can go ahead and customize this list however you want. So you may not use some of these. You may have some other incident types that you want to track. So in this case, let's just select a foodborne illness report here. It's going to want to know the date of the incident. So maybe we'll set it for Friday night. And then it's going to want to know the name as well. So let's just say we had a customer complaint regarding Caesar salad. There we go. So that's just a quick title so we can help identify this incident when we're looking for it in a future date. Is there any video of the incident? Is there any photos of the incident? So in case you had some camera or video surveillance, you might want to check those off. And let's move on to the next step here. So it's going to want to know about any guests. So first of all, are guests involved in this incident? In this case, yeah, we had a customer complaint. So I'm going to go in and add the guest information. Some important pieces, we'll probably want to know their first name and their last name. And if you want to track any of their contact information, never a bad idea, just in case you have to get hold of this customer down the road. So anything that you can add is definitely value added. So let's hit save. If I have to add another guest, I can simply hit add guest again, and I can keep adding guests if there's multiples I need to track in this incident. I can make any notes. I can make a quick checkbox here, just letting us know the guest demeanor, might be some value added information down the road, and then how many people were in this guest party. So let's move on next. The next thing it's going to want to know is, were there any guest injuries? So this might be if a guest tripped or fell or something along that line, and then we can go in and we can add some injury information and just keep a detailed report on what actually happened in this incident. So in this case, no injuries to do with our Caesar salad, so we can uncheck that and move on to the next step. And the third piece of guest information is, did the guest suffer any losses? So this is for any monetary losses the guest may have suffered. So whether that's some material that was broken or damaged, or some actual something of monetary value. So we can enter the value here and make some notes of what those losses may have been. Again, in this case, our Caesar salad complaint really didn't have any monetary losses, so we'll leave that empty. So now we'll get into a series of questions about any staff or team members that were involved in the incident. So in this case, yeah, we did have one staff member, and rather than entering the information from scratch like we did with the guest, it's going to allow us to search our current staff database. So in this case, we'll select Linda Belcher, who was our server at the time, and I can just make a quick note here that she was our server. We'll enter Linda's age and any experience that she's got on the job. Now, in this case, it may pull this information directly from the contact database, but we actually haven't filled that in Linda's age, so we had to manually enter it. And again, just like guests, if I want to add more guests, I can just keep adding staff member in here as well. All right, a couple more staff questions. One, it's going to know, were there any staff injuries? Just like the guest injuries, the exact same form, but just regarding staff. In this case, don't have to worry about it. And any staff losses. So in this case, again, Linda didn't suffer any losses by serving a Caesar salad, so we'll move on. This is a screen just wants a quick description of the incident. So we'll say staff ordered and ate Caesar salad at approximately 7 o'clock. Called at 10 p.m. complaining of a sick stomach. There we go. Just some quick details might help people down the line with this incident. Were there any witnesses involved? So this might be if you had some sort of altercation, then you could go in and add the names and addresses of any witnesses that you might want to keep track of with this incident. And then this is a statements upload as well. So if you have anybody handwrite some statements or type out some statements, you can actually scan and attach those as PDF documents. So they'll just stick with this incident as it progresses again through your different departments. So we don't have to worry about any statements on this one. Were there any facility losses incurred and associated with the incident? So this is if there was any damage, maybe a window was broken, something along that lines, then you can add a monetary value and a description of what actually happened. And menu items. This is an important one in this incident because this incident actually directly ties to one of the items on our menu. So what I'm going to do is I hit add menu item, and I can actually pull up our menu and attach items that were complained about. So in this case, it was our Caesar salad that was complained about. So I'm going to add the Caesar salad in here, and if I need to add any special notes, I can track that in here as well. All right, and then this is the sign off. So this is actually going to submit the form into either our legal or health and safety department, depending on how you've got it progressing through your system. So I'm just going to confirm that I, Bob Belcher, confirm that the information is correct and completed, and any notes I need to add before I submit this on. So there we go. I'll submit the incident. It goes into our health and safety department now, so they're going to take the next steps. Now, any incidents I've filled out previously are going to show up here in our under our incidents, not under inspections. There we go. So there's the foodborne illness one I just completed, and you can see this little red alert button. That means it's basically pending. So it's been sent off to the appropriate department and it's waiting for their approval. They might say, hey, Bob, you've missed some information. They're going to send it back to me, in which case I'm going to get a notification saying, hey, I've got to finish off this information here. I can pull up that incident here, and I can go back if I have to add any more information. So there's my guest information that I added in, my staff. There weren't any witnesses or facility losses, but I can say, hey, there was a menu item, a Caesar salad was attached here. So you can see we've got quite a bit of detail on these incident reports. If I have to make any notes down the road, I can add notes into the CRM, or if I have to assign tasks to somebody regarding this incident, I can do that down here as well. There's also some corrective actions and action items as well that can be assigned to people if there's immediate action that needs to be taken to help rectify the events of this incident. All right, so you can see a lot of detail on incident reports, and we can actually one more button here, the generate PDF. So you can actually generate a nice PDF version of that incident, and that allows you to either print it off or email it to anybody who's interested in what's going on. And then down the road, you can actually start running reports on these incidents. So if I open my incident report here, we'll go back a year and hit report. You can see that it's actually going to start generating bar graphs. So I've only got a couple incidents reports, so these are going to be pretty generic in here. It's going to say though that hey, I've had 3 incidents in that year period. Any foodborne illnesses, it's going to start tracking menu items too. So maybe there's a menu item that I have certain troubles with, so I can start keeping a record of what menu items cause the most incidents. All right, so there you go, guys. That's a quick run through of incident reports. Hope that gives you some value-added information, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.